Good.
All right, so today we're going to be checking out Disciple's new album, Skeleton Psalms. Now, unfortunately, just to let you guys know, the only playlists I could find of this album on YouTube were completely out of order. And so we're going to have to, my dad's going to be looking at the Spotify right now to make sure we're actually listening to the songs in order. But yeah, unfortunately, they're organized out of order, sadly. At any rate, though,
Let's get
how are you
started.
feeling? Are you excited to hear this?
Yeah, we saw Disciple. It was one of the first bands we saw together in concert.
Yeah.
And they were one of the coolest. It was at a small church. It was a small group of people. We paid for whatever the sort of premium tickets were, and it was really nice. And they were a really great group of guys who were sincere and didn't seem overblown at all. And I grew up listening to Disciple, so for me it was a pretty cool experience. Yeah.
So wait, what album would have you grown up with?
I don't remember exactly, but I know that I used to listen to, and I say grow up, I mean my 30s and 20s. So they had some songs out already, and Disciple was good gym music.
With that being said, I think the first song we have up is The Executioner. Now, to those watching, you let me know if you can hear us, if the audio's good, and then as we get into the song, if that all works. Because I haven't done a stream like this before. This is a different setup and everything, so I want to make sure everything's working properly. With that being said, first song, The Executioner. Let's get into it.
Was the picture of a model son, a crooked criminal that caught holding the gun. It got so hard to see the truth from all the lies, slowly becoming more and more what I despise. I never should have left my foot inside the door, never contented, always craving something more. I feel the darkness closing in on every side. It's time for something deep inside of me to die. The executioner puts the cross upon my back. How beautiful the breath, it is my last. Start praying over me last rites, while I'm giving up the ghost inside, while I'm hanging on the nails I drive. This cross is where I come to die. I've waited so long, this is the hill I'll die on. Stop praying over me last rites, this cross is where I come to die. You're not allowed to see the cards against my chest. I never trust nobody with my wretchedness, so I sit and try to fight this fight alone. I'll take allegiance, get this always out of love. So I scream, beat my head against the wall, fucking the wall, can't even crawl. I abuse the wounds that grace you. You say you love me, but it's hard to love myself. The executioner puts the cross upon my back. How beautiful the breath that is my life. Stop praying over me last rites, while I'm giving up the ghost inside, while hanging on the nails I drive. This cross is where I come to die. I've waited so long, this is the hill I'll die on. Stop praying over me last rites, this cross is where I come to die.
What'd you think of that one?
It was really, it had that sort of rock feel to it, which I like a lot. But it was also something that was real simple. You know, this is where I come to die, man. And it reminds me of my favorite verse. One of the ones is Galatians 2:22, which is that that I'm crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. In this life which I now live in faith, I live by. But this life which I now live, I live by faith. And so it's like, yeah, this is where I come to die.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I really like this song. Also, welcome, by the way, Banishes Shadow, Chovy, Master Skywalker, Bispe. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that one right. And just so you guys know, Ron Swanson in the chat is my dad. So if you see messages coming up like that, it's not like he's just being distracted on his phone. Like, you know, he's probably typing something in the chat.
Yeah, I've joined the chat too. I don't know what the etiquette is. This is my first time live on stream, by the way. So I don't know what the etiquette is for live streaming. So you all can tell me if I'm breaking etiquette. But I thought I would join in the chat too.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like, yeah. I agree with you, though. This is a really solid song. I think it was like Master Skywalker said, it first came out in January, I'm pretty sure. And I was surprised. It's been like a couple of years. It's been almost 4 years since Disciples' last album, I think.
Are they touring right now?
Yeah. Well, they're pretty much perpetually touring. So, yeah. But, like, not in
their
California.
schedule's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is Promise to Live.
Promise to Live. Have you heard this one?
No.
Oh, okay. This is going to be interesting then.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Chovy.
And also, just to let you guys know, so if you noticed you couldn't really hear us while the song was playing, the main reason for that is just that the way we have the speaker set up, I kind of have to mute the mic while the song's playing. We can potentially talk during it. We'll see how that works. But, yeah. Let me know if you can hear the song clearly, too, by the way. All right. Promise to Live. Let's get into it.
Where the pain begins. In your violence, a challenge rises. Can you feel this? One match, one scratch upon the skin. The wound is breaking, the voice is changing. Can you conceal it? Situation critical. Now you're searching for a chemical. This is not what you wanted to become. Pushing you to the edge. Now you're hiding in your own regret. I need you to know your story's not done. You gotta believe me. You can't imagine why all this happened. Don't close your eyes. I'm proud to hold you until you break through. Just swear you'll stay alive. All your death.
Okay, I need to pause real quick because I heard this song before it came out. I heard this song, like, people were posting live videos of it because they were playing it live before they released it. But now hearing the actual studio version, this is good. Like, it hits so much harder too. Hearing it with like all this, like, fully produced, being able to clearly hear all the lyrics too, you know? This is a really good song. Yeah, let's get back into it. Are you thinking the same thing, by the way?
Yeah, I think it speaks to some of the. I've been thinking about this lately a lot because the group I lead at church, and there's a lot of pain right now. Like, that's serious, man. The last couple of years have been tough on a lot of folks.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have a song here that's talking about how Christ cares about the suffering that we've gone through, like, that matters. And he went through a lot of suffering too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he knows.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, trying to figure out how to word it, but yeah, this song kind of hit me because it was like, I don't know. It's a little bit of a different direction for Disciple, but these are some really hard-hitting lyrics. Yeah, I agree.
Will be resurrected again. With your hand on my heart, make me a promise to live. Promise to live. This is where redemption lives. In your surrender, you gotta remember what the truth is. Situation critical, but now you're staring down a miracle. Step out, 'cause I'm waiting on the waves. You gotta believe me, you can't imagine why all this happened. Don't close your eyes, I've got to hold you until you break through. Just swear you'll stay alive. All your death will be resurrected again. With your hand on my heart, make me a promise to live. This is not your downfall. It's not your curtain call. This is only the start. And I can't wait to watch you let this break and build you. I'm so in love with who you are. This is not your downfall. It's not your curtain call. This is only the start. And I can't wait to watch you let this break and build you. I'm so in love with who you are. You gotta believe that. You can't imagine why all this happened. Don't close your eyes, I've got to hold you until you break through. Just swear you'll stay alive. All your death will be resurrected again. All your death will be resurrected again. With your hand on my heart, make me a promise to live. Promise to live. Make me a promise to live.
And I forgot to unmute the mic there. But what I was saying is that that song hits so well.
Yeah, if you look at the statistics for suicide right now, the increase is pretty phenomenal. And the increase in medication and all kinds of things has gone up considerably. And the schools are seeing a lot more of this as well. And so it's one of those things where it's like, this is a really serious issue. And so you have a song that really is towards life, and it's not complaining, and it's not upset, and it isn't promoting negativity, but saying, promise to live, you know?
Yeah.
God is going to be with you. You're going to make it through this. And Banish put, we had the sentence of death within ourselves, so that we would not trust in ourselves, but in God who raises the dead, who delivered us from so great a peril of death, and will deliver us. And that is
Amen,
a great
yeah.
line.
I'm in tears, very emotionally heavy. Oh, yeah, man. This song, I feel like this is kind of a surprising song for me. Because for whatever reason, when I heard the live version, it just didn't hit like it is now. But, yeah.
Yeah. It's one that I could see listening to if I was kind of and going down, you know? I was feeling down, I'd pop this song on. I remember to reach out to someone and really talk and get some help. We, at the beginning of the whole COVID thing, we went through some real. It was tough on us and our family. We ended up having one member of our family, and it was fine. It was his mom, and she ended up having a heart attack, and we spent about a year where she was in and out of the hospital for different things. Anyways, long story short, it was rough.
Yeah.
And they were real dark times, and but God walked us through, and it's songs like this that we do as Christians. We have an answer. It's actually something useful.
And yeah, it's this song definitely acknowledges the reality of like what's going on. I mean, this song is not like specific about what's going on, but like, it acknowledges that life isn't perfect, but yeah, that promise from God is important. Now, next up is apparently Skeleton Psalm.
Skeleton Psalm.
I'm very curious what this one is going to be about. Yeah, listen. Wow, man. That's...
Yeah. Man, we have one of Isaiah's friends.
Yeah.
Did as well.
Yeah, that was an incredibly rough time.
So sorry for your loss, Master Skywalker. It's real. Life is real, and the pain is real. And a lot of times it's just jokes and having fun and messing around, but that's real. That's real stuff. When I was 17, I lost my dad, and so it's been weird walking through this season with Isaiah because he's about the same age I was when I lost my dad, and so it's been something else.
Yeah,
and it's been fun being able to be here. But I also feel for those of you who lost. Yeah, I totally makes sense that it was hard on your mom. It's the hardest people it's on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was an intense song in a lot of ways. Skeleton Psalm. Let's get into it. This sounds like it's going to be a bit of a different feel.
I'm feeling numb and I'm breathing kind of desperate. Straight jackets got me playing on my regrets. I need a miracle drug, made me forget. Face down at the bottom of my secrets. At first trying to dive into a black stud. Cold killer that I never seem to outrun. Can't repair all the beauty that I've undone. Always making room for a new skeleton. I want something more. I need a new love, a liberation. I need a real self-revelation. I need to know what I am living for. So tell me everything, give me the meaning. I need a calling, more than just a reason. Show me the world you want me reaching for. I need something more. I want something more. I can't live life wishing I could rewind. I can't walk with my feet are stuck on both sides. With no relation or a coward with a weak spine. Excommunicate, looking for a compromise. Pull the hammer back, hit me with your best shot. I take a one way ticket to you non-stop. I want it all, give me everything that you got. The full transplant, bleeding with a new heart. I want something more.
This is different, isn't it?
It is different.
It feels like, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but it feels like a more modernized version of like older Disciple, maybe?
Yeah,
Like, would you-
there were songs like this that.
Yeah.
And I remember the beat and the feel because I put in the chat like I used to play Need for Speed in my
Yeah.
younger years, and this is very similar. The music that you would play doing that and have fun or drive really fast. I don't. I try not to do that now.
But you're going to with this song now.
I'm gonna have to not play it while I'm in the car.
Yeah.
Not that I can drive fast. My car is old and doesn't go fast, so it's not like I have an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you did.
I'm glad I don't have a fast car.
At any rate, though, yeah, this is interesting. This is... I was not expecting a song like this, honestly. This is kind of like... Yeah, kind of older sound. It's really interesting. If that's in Tony Hawk.
Yeah. That's right. Those were oh man, making me think back in the day.
This album's gonna take you back.
It's gonna take me back.
I get scars. Yes, exactly. Actually, that's what I was trying to say, Master Scouker. That's exactly it. Yeah, kind of that sort of older Disciple sound with like a modern production vibes. Yeah, totally. Let's get back into the rest of this.
I need a new love, a liberation. I need a real self-revelation. I need to know what I am living for. So tell me everything, give me the meaning. I need a calling, more than just a reason. Show me the world you want me reaching for. I need something more. I want something more. I need something more. I want something more. I need a new love, a liberation. I need a real self-revelation. I need to know what I am living for. So tell me everything, give me the meaning. I need a calling, more than just a reason. Show me the world you want me reaching for. I need something.
That was something. That was interesting, man. Man. Like people are saying, like it's that Scars Remain with modern production vibes. Well, that outro, I mean, sorry, was a little interesting. It was, yeah, this was a good, aggressive metal rock song. I know the next song up too is on the more intense side. Yeah, I'm excited to hear the rest of this. This is shaping up to be a very interesting album.
Yeah, I think the basic premise of the song was that he needs something more to live for than because right now it's like, man, what are you gonna live for? And there's not a lot of answers coming out of the YouTubes and TikToks and all those things. So it really is something that I think people need. They need something bigger than just, oh, I'm gonna live to solve whatever A, B, C problem, whatever political issues on the board. It's like, now give me a reason to live, man. Something bigger than all this, and Christ does give us that reason.
Absolutely.
So, Disciple is staying true. That is who they are.
That's probably the biggest thing I appreciate about them overall. Just how committed they are. Like, I don't think I've shown these to you, but he does, like, remember the sort of sermon he gave midway through the set?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, he does that with all shows, and it's all different topics. And yeah, it's really incredible to me how absolutely bold they are. Like, they really don't, not to say they don't care about attracting an audience. I mean, of course they're trying to, but, like, they don't care about turning people away by saying something that's going to call you out and convict you.
No. And then he talked about that early on when we were at the concert, talked about how he's, like, said no to deals because he's like, because I won't tone down the music.
Yeah.
And I think there's a real pull in the music industry, and there's a real pull in money in general. I mean, you've even seen pastors of mega churches who have toned down the message to increase the followers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like big churches, like, and it's like, wow, all right, hey, careful.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I think they set a good, like, not to say example, because I really don't know them personally that well, aside of the minor interactions I've had, but yeah, that's kind of how I'd like to, run this channel. It's kind of a motivator for me, just seeing how committed they are to this. This is getting me back into Disciple. That's awesome, man, Shadow. This is shaping up to be a very interesting album. Like, it's different from what I was expecting. It's not a bad thing at all. What's next up? Next up, we've got Bad Words. And believe it or not, this song doesn't have any. That was my old church. They have 4 campuses and lead pastor. Whoa. All right.
Yeah, I was researching that yesterday for something I'm working on, and it was pretty wild to see, like, how people have changed and the things they're willing to bring into the church to keep it growing, because they're not after Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, well, I don't want to call it churches, but yeah, I've seen some stuff recently. Like, there was an Easter service that went kind of viral by a particular church, and if you know, you know. And yeah, it was definitely not the gospel they were putting out. That was something else. But Bad Words, let's get into it. When it loads. I'm gonna reload the tab real quick. There we go.
You ready? Your peace is war, your wrong is right, your counter's down, your dark kills. Hail crisis for you, for your day. I won't apologize, I won't apologize, I won't apologize. That's the son of silence, my belief. I won't apologize, I won't apologize, I won't apologize. Keep your head down, better not speak out. Just give us anything but something to think about. I've got these bad words foaming at my mouth, kicking my teeth out. My philosophy is your profanity. You can ban these bad words foaming at my.
Okay, sorry to pause so early, but partly due to what Master Skywalker said and partly for another reason. So is Disciple metalcore now? This song, dude, when I heard it for the first time on Spotify, I got through 30 seconds and it was just screaming. And I was like, what is this? But yeah, this is good, first of all. And second of all, the line, give me, it's like, give me anything but something to think about. That line always hits me. Just because, yeah, like that's where our culture sort of is when it comes to religion especially. It's like, kind of make me feel good and then I move on my way.
Yeah, and the Bible talks about the people in the end of days, which I think there's probably many end of days, but that they'll give people their itching ears. They'll give them what they want to hear, and it's like, okay, cool, that's exactly right. And then in 2 Timothy in chapter 3, I believe, it actually talks about it's a weird verse, and I think it's 3:6, and it talks about how women were being led astray in the church, and it talks about how they because of the guilt that they had experienced early on, and that they were always searching after truth and yet never finding it.
Oh, interesting.
It's a weird verse, man. And I was like, this sounds always searching after truth, but never finding it.
Yeah.
And that's like people now, like, well, what's the next thing? Oh, what's the next cool thing? oh, what's the next thing I can say that people are going to be like, oh, you're so with it. And it's like, but you're never with it because it just changes.
Yeah, I think there's also, I feel like, an issue of a lack of full commitment, I guess, when it comes to a lot of things like this. Like, I know a good number of people that are, like, they would say they're Christians, like, maybe, like, Christian adjacent, as how I describe it. But, yeah, where they, like, kind of pick and choose what they like. And the reality is you're never going to find purpose in doing that. It's either all or nothing. Like, you can't pick apart a part of the gospel. You're not going to find any purpose in that.
That's right.
And so, yeah, I think that's where our culture is definitely at right now. There are a lot of people that just either aren't fully committing, aren't, are holding back, are just seeking and ever finding, yeah. Let's get back into it.
But you can't censor this out. Your identity is my identity. Hey, I'm rising for you, I won't apologize. I won't apologize. I won't apologize. The good of silent family. I won't apologize. I won't apologize. I won't apologize. Keep your head down, better not speak out. Just give us anything but something to think about. Your right is left, your up is my down. Your strongest weak, your loss is my food. I've got these bad words foaming at my mouth, kicking my teeth out. My philosophy is your profanity. You can ban these bad words foaming at my mouth, but you can't censor this out. Your identity is my identity.
This part is interesting.
Jesus, the ghost that haunts my house, drives my demons out. The only hope for me is found in just one name. Jesus, the name that I cry out, that I can't live without. He's the air I breathe, he's my everything. I won't apologize. I won't apologize. I won't apologize. I won't apologize.
Yeah, that's a good one. That I won't apologize, just... Yeah, I feel like this kind of goes back to the previous song we were talking about with them.
Yeah.
I love that it has that nice acoustic part and then gets heavy again, yeah. I think...
And I didn't like that. We actually
Yeah.
had listened to this one before, one of the ones that we listened to ahead of time. And I really didn't like that, but now I like it. And that's a weird thing.
I'm thinking, like... I mean, there's songs that people say that grow on you, I'm wondering if it's just one of those, but... Yeah, the first time I heard it, it felt kind of like they were switching between genres in a weird way. But, yeah, now hearing it again, this is really good. I like this. And especially, I feel like Disciple is one of... Honestly, it feels like nowadays few bands that I can listen to and actually sing along to the lyrics and mean it. And yeah, so I really appreciate that. I think this is a song I'm going to be listening to a lot more.
Did you get their album? No.
No. Okay, so having heard the singles I'd heard before going into this, I actually hadn't pre-ordered the album. But I'm definitely going to be ordering it now.
It should be behind. We need a green screen one, like right there.
Just green screen the album right there, yeah. But Fire, Candle, yes, you're right, Joby.
Next up is Resurrecting Reasons.
Okay, this is... Okay, they are... Isn't after that Dawning of Deliverance?
Yeah.
So it looks like they're in order, but like they put the first 3 songs all at the bottom. Interesting. For resurrecting reasons. Let's get into that one.
I'm staying. All the dark days tattooed on my brain.
Wondering.
Though I try, these crimes won't wash away. I don't understand why you're still here. You're still here. You're right here, right in front of me. I'm trying to push your blue skies away. I keep murdering your mercy from my memory. I try to run, but I can't escape. 'Cause I'm in hell and you're here with me. You keep resurrecting reasons to keep resurrecting Jesus in me. I'm in pain. All the good deeds covered in disgrace. I try to turn, but it's always in my face. It makes no sense that you're still here. You're right here. Why are you here? Right in front of me. And I'm trying to push your blue skies away. I keep murdering your mercy from my memory. I try to run, but I can't escape. 'Cause I'm in hell and you're here with me. You keep resurrecting reasons to keep resurrecting Jesus in me. Come alive, roll the stone out from my heart and come alive, alive inside. Come alive, roll the stone out from my heart and come alive, alive inside. Push your blue sky.
Okay, I'm really curious with this song. Are we gonna get a solo or a breakdown? So a guitar solo or like a breakdown?
An acoustic solo.
True, I could really see that, yeah. I like the lyrics, but not feeling this one as much personally. Understandable, yeah. This is probably the most different one we've heard so far. Where it's like, I don't think I've heard something quite like this from Disciple, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is different. Yeah, I'd be doing the same thing when I start driving. Yeah, it is interesting. I think Disciple is a southern band, so I can kind of see where they're coming from with this sort of intro.
Oh,
but
plot
like,
twist. What?
oh, with the like acoustic solo maybe.
Okay, yeah.
All right, well, let's find out right now.
Away. I keep murdering your mercy from my memory. I try to run, but I can't escape. 'Cause I'm in hell and you're here with me. You keep resurrecting reasons to keep resurrecting Jesus. You keep resurrecting reasons to keep resurrecting Jesus in me.
that was different. I think Banish the Shadows comment is good.
Yeah, I do. I think it's a like trouble or guilt is like it's like a well-worn grubby jacket or like blanket, and sometimes it does feel good to throw that bad boy on and just kind of sit in it for a little bit. It's never good, but man,
I mean,
there's actually
there's
some
a market
comfort
for
in sorrow.
Yeah, there's a market for sad songs for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
Like breakup songs are like 50% of what's popular for a reason.
Sometimes you're just in the feels, man. You want to
Yeah.
stay in the feels.
And I know for me, I have a habit of like going to songs that just make me feel not worse, but like, you know, validate that negative emotion.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have to think like, does this actually point me towards God, you know? Because yeah,
I was definitely picking up Aerosmith vibes.
I can't speak to that honestly.
No, it had that Aerosmith. I was like, huh, real classic rock vibe.
That probably inspired them, because I know they've been talking about like, remember, I think someone asked me in that Q&A session at the concert we did go to about what their inspirations for the last album was, and it was like Slipknot, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they listened to a pretty good range of music for their inspirations.
Yeah.
I can definitely see them getting inspired by Aerosmith. But yeah, Hotel Hero, welcome, man. How's it going? People naturally want companionship, especially in the hard feels.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely a part of it too.
Yeah, I also think there's a part of that in the book of Job that's legitimate, right? Because if you go to Job chapter 3 or 4, and it was when I was reading whenever his mom was in the hospital, we thought we might lose her. My wife too, obviously, but Job's friends came and they just sat down next to him. They rent their clothes and they just wept. And so there's a point at which you do just sit next to someone and you go like, there's a time, you know?
Yeah.
And for things like that. But there's also a time where the enemy wants us to sit there forever.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, I don't know if finding, this is a whole nother topic, so maybe we don't need to fully get into it. But there is something to think about with like, do you get that right type of companionship from music? Like, is that really where you should be? When it comes down to situations where you are in a dark place, like, I don't know.
I think the Psalms never stay dark for long.
Yeah.
So I think there's a point at which you can go and you cry out to God and you say, this is dark. But then you end with hope.
And I will say, I think Disciple said, the album is Skeleton Psalms, actually. This is setting a good, solid example of this, too.
It is.
Because with a lot of these songs, they're not just sad. That's it. But yeah, they've got some good messages in there. What's the next track? Hey, Dawning of Deliverance. So on that note, yeah, I guess they don't stay sad for long. So Dawning of Deliverance. Curious to hear this one? Let's get into it.
Resuscitation, jumpstart the soul that was broken. My veins replaced and I can feel your blood in me. Like my first taste of oxygen, I'm burning out the toxins. These lungs are pumping once again. Your breath in me.
I said 50,000. What is that?
1,000-foot crutch?
1,000-foot crutch. Got
Yeah,
some vibes
kinda
there.
similar, yeah.
And then
Woo, that riff though. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
That hits. Yeah. This is a good start to a song.
Yeah.
I'm this is a lot heavier than I was expecting.
Yeah, me too.
Like with the name of the song, you'd think this would be one of the softer ones, maybe more of a ballad, but no, they're getting heavy with this one too.
We just went from country to like thrash.
Disciple is really being experimental with this one.
Yeah.
Let's see where this goes.
You pull me under the water so I can breathe again. This is the dawning of deliverance. You pull me under the water so I can breathe again. This is the dawning of deliverance. What once was lost in the wreckage has been rebuilt to perfection. My sight is fixed and I can feel your eyes on me. The out is passed away, baptized beyond the cries. Eyes have turned, nothing can take your heart from me. You pull me under the water so I can breathe again. This is the dawning of deliverance. You pull me under the water so I can breathe again. This is the dawning of
Well, like a lot of people are saying, that was good. The shredding, man. Yeah, I was not expecting a guitar solo to begin with. Like the build up made me think it was gonna be a breakdown, but then we get that solo. That was really good. Like Master Skywalker said, Kevin's screams are great. Like I feel like he's one of the few people who does like a fully unleashed scream. Like it just feels not unhinged, but like a good kind of just wild scream, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was good. What do you think?
I like the idea of the dawning of deliverance,
Mm-hmm.
and that being the place where it's like where you're the lowest, and so you're like, man, I've hit the lowest, and then thinking like, all right, we're almost done. Now we're gonna move into God's gonna redeem. We're gonna move forward.
That's
and
true.
Like
Yeah.
that's a good perspective to have. Yeah, everything's falling apart, but you know what? Let's go.
Yeah.
And the world does need more guitar solos.
Oh,
That's
truly,
true.
yeah. That seems to be a common sentiment.
All right, let's move. What's
What's
next
next?
one? It's 2020 Blind.
Okay.
That's a great name for a song.
This is gonna be a heavy one though. I'm putting my prediction in. I think with a song name like that, you're predicting ballad.
I'm
Like, where are you
predicting
going?
acoustic to thrash metal.
I would define that as heavy.
We'll see.
Okay.
I'm not thinking we're gonna get metalcore.
I don't know, man. I mean, any song that has a name like Blind in it, like it sounds like it's gonna be heavy. You
I
know?
can guarantee you it's not gonna be rap rock.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, probably.
All right.
Then it is.
Let's see if it's got Linkin Park vibes.
Yeah, imagine it's just like a straight Linkin Park type song.
Don't wanna hear another line of a sad song. Here I am, zealous eyes, breathing fire, kinetic regeneration, propulsion of a higher high. This mountain never looked so small. I'll light it up, I'll rise above. Lost in it, watch these giants fall. They shut their mouths when their heads roll down. Tonight I'm breaking down the door. I'm burning down this house of misery. I push the pedal to the floor. I'm chasing lightning. Don't wanna hear another line of a sad song. Tonight I feel what I haven't felt in so long. Just let me ride to the rhythm of your love song and get swept away. Where all I see is you. Got tunnel vision and all I see is you. But now I'm 20/20 blind. Losing myself in your smoke. Your atmosphere is laced with power. My soul has found its voice again. And you're the max inside my oxygen. Tonight I'm breaking down the door. I'm burning down this house of misery. I push the pedal to the floor. I'm chasing lightning. Don't wanna hear another line of a sad song. Tonight I feel what I haven't felt in so long. Just let me ride to the rhythm of your love song and get swept away. Where all I see is you. Got tunnel vision and all I see is you. But now I'm 20/20 blind. You're shining down all over me, and now the world is invisible. Your glory lighting up my face, and my shame dissipates. My past is burning in your grace, 'cause you are the miracle to all the pain I am now blind.
Well, okay, first of all, that in section was like, it felt so much more intense than the rest of the song. I think just because of the production, but that was good. I as much as I wish it was polka, but that worked for what it was.
Dude, is polka metal a real thing?
It should be. I want there to be like Weird Al type,
Like
yeah,
with
there need to be like Weird Al metal covers.
Oh, there's got to be a metal band that uses a
I know what you're thinking of. Accordion?
No, accordion.
Yeah.
Accordion.
Accordion core.
There are accordion core. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Memphis May Fire and Love and Death vibes already. Definitely. Nice Jugs. Yeah, that was a solid song.
Solid.
I liked it. Yeah.
I did too.
I can definitely see myself listening to that a little bit more. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite at the moment, but we're down to the last 3 songs. And Scapegoat, oh man. You see, I would say that's going to be a heavy song, but I feel like we've got to get at least one ballad, right? Like, we can't have just, like...
No, Scapegoat's going to go hard.
All screaming. Do you predict?
I predict it's going to get to, like, levels of hardness diamonds don't pass.
Intense.
It is.
Because jazz metal's already a thing. It is, technically.
It's going to look like the Moses and the folks in the desert, that level intense.
Oh, gosh. The last one felt more...
Get it? Intense? Because they were...
Like, I think I get it, but now you're making me question if I get it.
No, because they were intense. They were literally camping intense.
Oh, okay.
It's a dad joke.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, anyways.
Dad 777, let's go. Do you like that that's what you're called now? Let's address that here.
I accept that 100%.
I'm glad.
The fans have... The people have spoken.
I was surprised, like the last one we did, 3 people all commented, all calling you Dad 777.
I'm okay.
Yeah. That's your thing now. You're going to get recognized on the street as Dad 777.
Highly doubt that, but I wouldn't mind that.
That would be an interesting experience. All right, but Scapegoat. Let's get into this. Yeah, guaranteed intense song. Okay, when you start a song off like that, yeah, it's gonna be heavy. Is that rap rock?
Was that rap rock?
You could say that.
Or just fast metal?
Fast talking metal, like maybe. You know what? I'll qualify that as rap rock.
Let's see. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Just the
No,
song.
Now I know who you are and I know what you want. Never again, never again. Try to break my soul just to make it true. Never again, never again. Try to repair my heart just to leave me alone. Never again, never found that faith.
Are we gonna get a clean chorus in this song? Like a singing?
I could not have predicted this song to save
No,
my life.
yeah. More like an angry walking metal. Yeah, exactly.
People, your neighbors watching you. What is wrong with that guy? You have no idea what you're listening to.
Mm-hmm. True that.
Never again. I can't believe I let you in, but you hurt
We've had mostly solos so far. I'm sorry to pause at that point, but I'm wondering, I'm kind of hoping if this is that we're gonna get a breakdown right now. Say I.
We are gonna get a drum solo right now. It's gonna happen.
All right. Say I think this is the heaviest song on the album.
Oh,
Yeah. Already so far. Let's see if this is a breakdown.
I told you.
You predicted there would be a drum solo out there. Okay.
You gotta give your drummer the guitar.
You gotta give him like at least one.
Everybody
song
else has had a chance to shine. It's his turn. And they're gonna make this. This is gonna get dirty. It's gonna get like grimy, like you gotta wash your hands a couple times to get the oil off. This is where we're at. But it's good. It's good stuff.
Whoa, that was.
What did I tell you? I said two. I said it's gonna go hard.
And I'm impressed at how good your predictions are. Also, that bridge, there was like some new metal stuff in there, like the turntable. You know, did you hear that there? Man. Also, welcome, Jared Opika. You joined at a good time. That was quite the song.
Drums all the way, baby.
Yeah. Arguably, there were two drum solos, like two little sections in there.
Yeah, that one was a little bit repetitive, where it was like very standard. But then he got.
But that was more of a build up. Yeah.
Then he got that real, and I was just like, yay for the drummer. I was once a drummer.
Really?
On Rock Band.
And all right.
On the Rock Band game, yeah. Master's gotta go.
All right. Breakdown, yeah.
All right, we got Bow Down next.
This is one I did show you. So, when the album dropped on Thursday night, Friday, whichever time it is for you, I couldn't resist like listening to at least one song, so I did listen to Bow Down. This is the one non-single song I've heard for doing this. May the force be with you. Well, let's get into Bow Down. This is a good song, by the way. I like this one. I might have to reload the tab again. It's doing the thing.
Bring up 13 messages on Scratch.
What?
There we go. We're getting into it.
We're getting it, yeah.
So I've listened to this one already?
You have. This is the second one I showed you today,
Okay.
I think. Jared Opika, Bow Down. All songs named Bow Down, by the way, are always good. Like, I don't know if any of you guys listen to I Prevail, but they have a song called Bow Down that's like 10 out of 10. Amazing.
Unless it's like a country song about dogs.
Okay, I get that now.
Like a throwdown, like a bow down.
I get that. I get that. Yeah.
Okay.
YouTube's stuck on the spin cycle. Unfortunately, it's fixed though. Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
Every day there's a new serenade that is pulling my ear to the crowd. Every hour there's a new voice shouting, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the light. Every second another distraction, they're spitting its death in my face. Every threat's just a fly in the web you won't take me alive. The hand of the Father is my shield and my dagger, and I won't serve another god. The blood of Messiah is my torch and my fire, and I won't serve another god. The hand of the Father is my shield and my dagger, and I won't serve another god. The blood of Messiah is my torch and my fire, and I won't serve another god. You can set your idols all around me and play a sacred sound, but I'll never bow down. I'll never bow down. You can take me to the highest mountain and offer me a crown, but I'll never bow down. I'll never bow down. Every artery out of my heart is exploding with love for his name. Every ounce of my tongue and my mouth declares every sin that I've ever committed is thrown to hell by his grace. Now every threat's just a fly in the web. You won't take me alive, I'm dead. You won't take me alive, I'm dead. The hand of the Father is my shield and my dagger, and I won't serve another god. The blood of Messiah is my torch and my fire, and I won't serve another god. No, I'll never serve another. No, I'll never serve another. You can set your idols all around me and play a sacred sound, but I'll never bow down. I'll never bow down. You can take me to the highest mountain and offer me a crown, but I'll never bow down. I'll never bow down. I'll never bow down. I'll never bow down. No. Set your idols all around me and play a sacred sound, but I'll never bow down. Oh, take me to the highest mountain and offer me a crown, but I'll never bow down. I'll never bow down. You can set your idols all around me and play a sacred sound, but I'll never bow down. I'll never bow down. You can hold your riches high above me, make me live with them, but I'll never bow down. I'll never bow down. But I'll never bow down. I'll never bow down. I will never bow down. I will never bow down. The hand of the Father is my shield and my dagger, and I won't serve another god. The blood of Messiah is my torch and my fire, and I won't serve another god. No, I'll never serve another. No, I'll never serve another. No, I'll never serve another. There is no other god.
That one's good. This is a war song right here. Absolutely, this is a banger. Man of War, kneel only for their king. Absolutely, yeah. This is. I really love that song because it's like I was mentioning earlier in the stream. It's one of those Disciple is one of those bands I can listen to and actually agree with the lyrics. And this is one of those songs I can listen to, and it like really motivates me to fight sin and to fight against the things that are also they're trying to get me to bow down to them. And it makes me like proud of doing that, you know? it gives me the energy and motivation to do that, and I really like that.
Well, yeah, and it's a reminder of like David, who wouldn't kneel, but he's like, no, I'm not gonna. No, I'm good.
Yeah, and our culture,
I'm not gonna kneel before. Not David, Daniel. Daniel wouldn't kneel before. Yeah.
I feel like in our culture, it's almost considered, like, Christianity is often considered kind of I don't want to say a weak religion. People kind of view it as like this kind of silly thing.
No, it's by no means.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not that. And this song is like kind of an encouragement. Like, I feel like this might be a bad way of putting it, but it makes me very like proud to be a Christian. You know?
Well, the Xi Jinping in China, one of the greatest threat that he's facing is the growing church. And he's really fighting hard against that, really putting people in prison. Christianity turns boys into men.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really something else. And so, and you can't control someone who is controlled by God. That means you have no hold over them. There's nothing you can do to them. And all the early believers were martyred for the cause, you know? They refused to bow down.
What was the line of that song? Like, the hand of my father is my sword and my dagger, and I won't serve another god.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I really appreciate this song, and it's one I'm going to listen to a lot more for that purpose. Like, it's good to have kind of heavy energy songs.
It's good to have courageous music.
Yeah.
And Paul, when he was talking to Timothy in the book of 2 Timothy, encourages him not to give in to the temptation to the persecutors. And Paul himself says, hey, if I'm poured out for a drink offering, then praise God.
Amen, yeah. Yeah. Now, finally, I think this is going to be the ballad of the album.
You think it's going to be the ballad?
For the Life of Me. Last song on the album. That's my prediction. But maybe this will be brutal. I don't know.
I'm going to hazard a guess that it will not be polka.
See, that's where I disagree. I think they're going to do some Weird Al core here.
What if we did get polka in this song? That would be the wildest. I don't know.
Like, even just ska or something, yeah.
No ska. No offense. No offense, but...
You don't like ska? Oh, gosh.
There's a reason...
Maybe I shouldn't have brought this up.
There's a reason that of all the genres, it did not stand the test of time.
Like, can you ever listen to it and be like, this is fun, you know, this is fun music. Like, ska's fun.
I listen to ska like I eat pineapple pizza.
Okay, well.
Never.
Dang. So you were never... What's that one Christian ska band that was really big?
No.
Do you remember their name, though? Because I can't.
It's good that you can't, son. I'm proud of you.
The OC Supertones. Don't give up so easily on polka core. Exactly, man. We're going to bring it back. We're going to bring ska and polka back.
You can bring polka back, not ska.
Fine. Okay, well, for the life of me, I really want to hear polka core.
Ska was only popular among the some of the wind instruments, okay? The reed instruments, because they finally got their chance to be in a cool band. Well, it just didn't happen for them, okay? If you're a reed instrument player, it just didn't happen.
I disagree, but let's get into this.
All right, let's go.
All the years that you poured out to fight your way upstream, lost in the worst kind of lonely, with 1,000 fake friends on the screen. Mistakes, they just keep piling up, while the mirror is your worst enemy. But there's not a day I haven't loved you for the life of me. So bring me all your pain, and every night that you weep, and I will bury them all for the life of me. And even when death comes and makes you fall asleep, I will wake you up again for the life of me.
That, like, a little bit of, like, pop
what you're hiding underneath. But there's not a day I haven't loved you. Oh, so bring me all your pain and every night that you weep, and I will bury them all for the life of me. And even when death comes and makes you fall asleep, I will wake you up again for the life of me. There's not a day I haven't loved you. Not a day I haven't loved you. Your name is written on my hands. There's not a day I haven't loved you. Not a day I haven't loved you. Your name is written on my hands. So bring me all your pain and every night that you weep, and I will bury them all for the life of me. And even when death comes and makes you fall asleep, I will wake you up again. I will wake you up again for the life of me. For the life of me.
That's a good way to end the album.
Yeah.
That was really good. Yeah, I feel kind of psalm inspired. A lot of crying out to God, a lot of like, always ending on similar notes kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so that was a great way to end it.
Just with Love, man. One of my favorite songs right now is "Oh How He Loves Us," Crowder song, and it's like the reminder that no matter what has happened or what I've done, that Christ still loves me, and I can count on that.
There are times when that's like crazy to me, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
because it hits me like, I think, I don't know. Yeah, the idea that we're in any way deserving of salvation is not true. But yeah, God has still saved us and loves us.
When I think Acts 2:22, I'm not sure, but one of them says that God gives life and breath in everything. He doesn't need us.
Yeah.
He wants us. And that boggles my mind.
Yeah.
That was a great album.
That was. What would you... It's like, I mean, obviously it would take more listens for you to come to like a more concrete idea, but what would you rate this whole thing out of maybe 5, 10 right now?
5 or 10, bro. You got to make up your mind.
Okay, fine, 5. I typically do 5.
Okay, 5. So I would rate this a solid 4.75.
Oh, that's high.
Yeah.
I would say, for the most part, I'd agree with you. Maybe a 4.6, yeah. This is a really good album. It's cool the experimentation they did. Like with all their albums, like just all the way through, lyrically true.
Like, from ballads to country to like crazy.
Some really experimental stuff for Disciple, like stuff Disciple hasn't really done before.
Yeah.
In there, yeah. Yeah, that was really good. Thanks so much for joining me for this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. At any rate, though, yeah, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Sorry, that was on, and see you guys later. Sorry, the stream seemed to have, like, cut out towards the end there, so I was like, shoot,